Have you ever felt that the more you chase something, the more it seems to run away? This, not just a question, but a reflection of a paradox we often face. From a young age, we are instilled with the belief that success is directly proportional to effort. We are convinced that if we press on, apply more effort and work harder, we will attain our desires. However, the universe sometimes displays an unusual sense of humor. It feels like the more we our desires, the further they move away. Now, I'm not suggesting that efforts are useless, far from it. But have you ever pondered on an alternative approach? A method that doesn't involve constant striving and continuous pursuit? Allow me to introduce you to Musashi Miyamoto, a name that echoes loudly through the corridors of history. A legendary swordsman from Japan's feudal era, he was more than a master of the sword. He was a master of life. Musashi led an unconventional life, characterized by the art of non-striving, quite an alien concept in today's achievement-driven society. Amidst the societal pressure to constantly do more, be more and achieve more, Musashi urges us to pause, to let go of the endless chase and adopt a more effortless approach to life. Musashi was convinced that the harder you try in a battle, the worse the outcome. The more you strive to strike, the more likely you are to miss. The more you run after victory, further it slips away. This paradox of effort, as we'll label it, is not just applicable to swordsmanship, but to life as a whole. It suggests that the secret to success might not lie in relentless striving, but in mindful non-striving. Today we delve the wisdom of the legendary swordsman Musashi Miyamoto, who proposed a different way of achieving success. Musashi Miyamoto, a master swordsman, believed in the principle of non-striving. His philosophy, a stark contrast to our modern understanding of effort, success, and the hustle culture, is a lesson in the art of effortless action. Imagine you're standing in front of a door. It's a pull door, but you're pushing it with all your might. You're putting in effort, yes, but is it leading to success? No, the door remains stubbornly shut. The harder you push, the more futile your efforts become. Now consider this. What if you stop pushing and instead pulled the door? There you have it, the door swings open with ease. This is the essence of Musashi's philosophy. It's not about trying less, but rather trying differently, in harmony with the situation, not against it. It's about understanding the nature of the task at hand and adapting your actions accordingly. Take another example, the elusive chase of sleep. The more you try to force sleep, the more it seems to slip away. You toss and turn, counting sheep, drinking warm milk, trying every trick in the book. But sleep, like a shy deer, is scared away by the noise of your efforts. It's only when you stop trying, when you relax and let go, that sleep comes to you. Musashi's philosophy isn't about inaction. It's about intuitive, responsive action. It's about being present and alert, yet relaxed and flexible. Like a bamboo in the wind, bending but not breaking. In the heat of a sword fight, Musashi wasn't striving, reaching, or trying to control the situation. He was simply there, fully present, ready to respond to his opponent's moves. He was not trying to force victory, he was simply open to it. And that's the key. To be open, not striving, to respond, not react, to flow with the current, not against it, to be like water, as another wise man once said. As Musashi wisely said, when the fight comes to you, you have to be ready, not reaching. Because the harder you try, the worse it gets. But when you stop trying so hard, you open up a world of possibilities. One might wonder, how does non-striving apply to our everyday life? Picture this. You're studying for an exam, the pressure is on, and you're trying so hard to memorize every little detail. You're striving, stressing, and forcing yourself into a state of high tension. But what if instead you prepared in advance, took regular breaks, and trusted in your ability to learn? That's non-striving. It's about doing your part and then letting go, allowing the natural process of learning to take over. Imagine working on a project. You're pushing yourself to the limit, staying up late, skipping meals, and constantly worrying about the deadline. But what if you took a different approach? Planned your work, divided it into manageable bits, and worked on it with steady consistency. That's the essence of non-striving. It's not about hustling until you're drained. It's about being present, being patient, and allowing things to unfold in their own time. Consider relationships. You might be trying to force a relationship to work, pushing it beyond its natural course, or trying to change the other person to fit your expectations. But what if you just let the relationship be, accepted the other person as they are, and allowed the relationship to evolve naturally? This is non-striving in a relational context. It's about being present, being patient, and allowing the relationship to grow organically. In all these situations, the common thread is the shift from forced effort to a more harmonious approach. It's about preparing, being present, and being patient. It's about the shift from trying to being. This is the practicality of non-striving. And this is not to say that we should abandon effort altogether. It's about understanding that there's a time for effort and a time for allowing things to unfold naturally. The philosophy of non-striving encourages us to let go of our need to control every outcome, to trust in the process, and to allow things to evolve naturally. It encourages us to live in harmony with the natural flow of life, rather than against it. Remember, a tree does not try to grow, it just grows. Now, let's draw parallels between Musashi's philosophy and our modern life. Imagine a world where we're not incessantly pushing, striving and trying too hard. Instead, we're simply being in the moment, fully engaged and present. This isn't a new age fantasy, but a concept deeply rooted in Musashi's teachings and reflected in modern concepts such as flow and mindfulness. Flow, a term coined by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, describes a mental state of complete absorption in what one does. It's akin to Musashi's approach of non-striving, where we're not distracted by the pursuit of a distant goal, but entirely engrossed in the task at hand, leading to heightened focus and productivity. Similarly, mindfulness, which has gained prominence in the 21st century, echoes Musashi's emphasis on being fully present. It's about observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment, rather than trying to control or change them. As we let go of the constant striving in our minds, we create space for clarity, creativity, and peace. Now think about your daily life. How often do we strive for something only to find that it eludes us? We're taught to try harder, push further, but Musashi's philosophy suggests a different approach. Instead of striving for happiness, for example, we can experience it in the present, in the simple act of being. Non-striving doesn't mean giving up on goals or ambitions. It means engaging fully in the present moment, whether we're working on a complex project or simply enjoying a cup of tea. It's about finding satisfaction in the process, not just the outcome. In a world that glorifies hustle and grind, Musashi's philosophy offers a refreshing perspective. It invites us to slow down, to be in the here and now, and to find joy in the journey, not just the destination. In the end, the paradox of trying too hard is that it often leads to less, not more. Better focus, greater creativity, and overall life satisfaction can be found not in relentless striving, but in the art of non-striving. In the words of Musashi, do nothing useless. So what can we take away from Musashi's philosophy of non-striving? Musashi's wisdom, distilled from countless battles, reveals a powerful paradox. The harder we try, the more we strain, the more elusive our goals become. This isn't to say we should abandon effort, but rather we need to redefine our understanding of it. In the flurry of our daily battles, whether they're in the office, at home, or within ourselves, we often believe that straining, striving, and struggling will lead us to victory. But Musashi's philosophy suggests a different path, the path of non-striving. Non-striving isn't about idleness or apathy. It's about letting go of the needless tension and stress that we often associate with effort. It's about being fully present in the moment, ready to respond with our full capabilities without being clouded by desperation or anxiety. Imagine holding a sword. If your grip is too tight, your movements will be rigid and slow. If it's too loose, the sword might slip from your hands. Non-striving is like the perfect grip on the sword. Firm, yet relaxed. It allows us to act swiftly and effectively without unnecessary strain. Musashi's philosophy of non-striving teaches us that our greatest victories often come from a place of calm and centeredness, not frantic struggle. It's about embracing the flow of life rather than fighting against it. It's about understanding that sometimes, by trying less, we can achieve more. And this isn't just about how we approach our goals, it's about how we live our lives. When we embrace non-striving, we find that we're not just more effective, but also more at peace. We're less stressed, more content, and ultimately more fulfilled. So as we close this chapter, let's carry forward this invaluable lesson from Musashi. Let's strive to embrace non-striving in our lives. Let's learn to be fully present, to respond rather than react, and to find strength in serenity. As we navigate life, remember, sometimes the harder we try, the worse it gets. Let the fight come to you, and when it does, be ready, not reaching.